guys, welcome to Overtakes. I'm Kel.
And I'm Misfit.
And we're here to talk Stage 2, Week 5, going into the Stage 2 playoffs. So starting it off right tonight, we've got a match that has huge playoff implications. We've got the Los Angeles Gladiators going against the Philadelphia Fusion.
This one's big.
Teams vying for a spot. Philly basically needs to 4-0 if they want to get in, and then they have to 4-0 their next one. But also huge for the Gladiators because they've got Seoul right behind them.
Yeah, and
I think they've got +3 on the map differential right now. Same record in the stage, so they need to win this game and their next game.
Yeah, wow. This is did they stage this? Seriously, I mean, the Gladiators have to beat Philly and they have to beat Seoul. And the other way around. So, those are two of the biggest matches that we're going to have. But this one, I don't know who to pick in this one. The way Philly's been playing.
Right.
I don't know.
It's a tough pick, but I'm personally leaning a little more towards the Gladiators.
I feel like I am too.
Just because they've been playing at such a high level, like they've really stepped it up. Philly's been playing really well too, but I feel like the Gladiators just have a slight edge. And then with their like super wonky things that they've been doing the past couple of games, I think that is something I think we see again tonight.
I do too, but see, they're doing wonky things that work.
Yes,
they're not afraid to try it because, Fissure gives them an opportunity to kind of do some different stuff because you don't have to worry about your tanks being in a bad place. So if you want to run a May, you want to run a Doomfist, you can do that. Mm-hmm. And I think that they, by far and away, have the tank edge over Philly.
Yep.
Because Bishu's been playing really good, too. I think Fissure is the best thing that happened to him as a player. Because whatever synergy they have together, it just works week in and week out.
Right, and it was almost instantaneous with those two. They just had instant chemistry. And that's really not anything against Fraggy and Poco or Fury. No, not Fury. Who's their other diva?
The Hotba?
Hotba.
Yeah.
It's not anything against those guys. Fraggy is a good, solid main tank.
Yeah, he is.
He's not spectacular, but he's not bad either. Like he's just a good, solid rock guy.
Yeah, and he's been cutting back on the deaths a lot lately. He's been way better with that.
I think I would give Philly the slight edge on DPS because I think EQO and Shadowburn gives them a better, more flexibility.
And Carpe and Snillo.
Yeah, and Carpe and Snillo, exactly. Between all of those guys, I think that Philly gets a slight edge just because, but also at the same time, hydration has been stepping up really big for the Gladiators. Some of the, and their other guys as well.
Surefour and Asher have been playing really well too.
Surefour and Asher have been playing at a really high level as well, but I still think Philly has a slight edge.
Yeah. And the map pool favors the Gladiators, I think, a little bit. Because Fraggy has that, he could play that Reinhardt. And they got the Nepal Hollywood Hanamura.
Yeah.
66. He could play it a little bit on Hollywood and a little bit on Nepal. But he's so good at Reinhardt.
Yeah, and he can't really use too much Reinhardt in this. There's not very favorable maps for Reinhardt. If it was Lijiang and King's Row would be different.
Yeah.
But this map pool, you're right, it definitely goes more towards the Gladiators. So that's going to be my pick for tonight. I think the Gladiators win. I do think that this probably goes to 5. At the very least, the Gladiators take it 3-1, and 66 is what it comes down to. Yeah,
and I'm going with the Gladiators too. I want to see how these two teams handle the pressure, because last stage they were kind of out of it. Philly was just kind of, they were in the middle. They were trying to figure out who they were.
Right,
and the Gladiators were I wouldn't even say trying to figure out who they were. They were just, they knew they needed a fix.
Right, and I think with the Gladiators, they get a slight advantage with the pressure because Fissure was there with London when they won the first stage.
And all that time in Apex and all that stuff too.
Exactly.
Asher was in there as well, but I would play Asher a lot more tonight, just because you got to deal with Carpe.
Right, I would definitely go Asher, because this is all very Tracer-friendly maps, too.
Or just put fucking Shaz on something. Just tell him to pick something.
Right.
Hey, Shaz.
Shaz, whatever you want to play.
Sinatra on attack, Shaz. Let's go. He could probably pull off a 4-kill. I want him to do that, damn it, now. I apologize for the way I sound, too, guys. I got some kind of fucking flu. I'm on about as much Sudafed right now as a 1980s hockey player, so let's keep going. Yeah,
and I'm like 2 miles away from him.
And you're probably getting sick from it.
So, that's where we're at on that. But let's move on to the next match, because this is another this is an interesting match as well. It doesn't really have any playoff implications.
This is going to be a good match.
This is two teams that are on the on an upswing. And then this could also be the debut of Sinatra.
From what we hear, Sinatra could make his debut tonight.
Because I know his birthday, I think, was on Sunday. It was either Monday or Sunday, something like that.
Yeah, because he got in trouble for the Pepe tweet.
Yep.
Anyway.
That's where that kind of started.
Yeah. When you're 18, you make mistakes like that. I'm just going to leave it there. But Sinatra, all right, so we're not waiting for Sinatra anymore.
Right. But at this point, do they want to wait? Did they want Sinatra back? Because the way that Dante's been playing, holy crap. I mean, they might not even need him. But at the same time, I know that Sinatra is a better player, so I don't see him really having that huge of an impact yet. I think that he will be more effective in the next stage when he gets some more time to gel with these guys. And I realize he's probably been playing with them a little bit. I think he's only in there for 1 or 2 maps tonight.
If at all. Feet wet.
Right, because they want to just get him in there, get him used to the environment and all that, because all of that has to be completely different than anything else they've been doing. Other than like playing in the big tournaments, but even then, this is a whole nother level.
Yeah, it's a different level, definitely, for sure. Yeah, I'm interested to see what he does, and we have a map pool finally going to Florida that we could see a lot of Zappis Zarya. We got the Kings Row, Nepal, and we have a 66, so you might see a little bit more of him. I haven't heard any word on their other guys. I'm just assuming they're stage 3.
That would be my guess as well.
This is a tough one. I mean, chances are you know where I'm going.
Yeah, I had a feeling that's what you were going to pick. I do think that this map, or I think that this comes down to Game 5. Yeah. I would, or at the very least, a 3-1. But honestly, I really think that this is going to go to 5 games, and this is going to end up being like a really, really fun match.
Oh, I think it is too. And we don't have Hollywood in here for Florida, so that's good for them.
Yeah, they are much better on Kings Row.
Yeah, and they're, honestly, they're one of the best teams in the league on Volskaya and Nepal. They really are. I mean, San Francisco, the thing is, San Francisco gets better every week. It's just hard to say what goes on. And if Logix keeps getting as comfortable as he has been for the last 2 or 3 weeks, and Florida continues, I think Florida's
a tough team to beat. When Logix is going off like that, that is a really tough team to beat.
Yeah. I think the supports are pretty even, I think, in this.
Yeah, I would agree.
They're about on the same level. Tanks?
Honestly, I feel like San Francisco almost has a slight advantage with their new guy.
With Moth?
Yeah, with Moth instead of Dap.
He looked great last week.
Yeah, he looked really good, and I think that's been a big boost to that team. So I definitely think we see a lot of him tonight.
Oh, yeah.
And that might even push Sinatra out even more, because they want to get Moth more incorporated more so.
Right.
That's kind of probably going to be more of their priority.
True.
Because honestly, I like Dak a lot. He's a good dude, but I feel like he's starting to realize that he just can't quite play at the level that they need him to.
Exactly.
I feel like he's kind of a player coach right now, and I fully expect by the end of the season for him to transition into like a full-on coaching role.
I think he would be a great coach too.
I think so too. I definitely think that's the path that guy's going to go, just because of the way that he is as well.
Yeah, and although one thing with Dak, this map pool does favor Sombra, so you might see him on this somewhere.
Yeah.
Either, I would say Kings Row 66. I mean, you could run him on Volskaya, but the people stopped doing that, it seems like. Or run her on Sombra on Volskaya.
Or at least having your support run Sombra on that, because Florida was running Sombra.
Yeah. Tavik was running on there,
and he was melting. So
his song was really good.
I could see him playing it, and maybe San Francisco does something to counter that.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I'm assuming you're going to pick Florida in this
I got
game.
Florida in this.
I really don't know.
This is a tough match to pitch.
It really is.
If you don't have a team, honestly. Because they're right on the same level right now, these teams.
They really are. I'm leaning slightly more towards the Shock.
Okay.
So I'm going to go with them. As much as I really want to pick Florida, I just like the direction that the Shock are going.
They got a very positive... They've had a positive couple weeks.
But at the same time, looking at the map pool, like, I just keep thinking maybe that's not the right choice. Because this is, like, the best possible map pool that Florida could ask for.
Yeah. As long as Hollywood's not on there, everything is good, I think.
Right.
I mean, they're okay. They're not great on Kings Row by any stretch.
But they at least have gotten something done on Kings Row, unlike Hollywood.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick with San Francisco. I'm gonna go with them.
All right. So let's
move on to the last match of the day.
This match is going to be interesting, just because we have out of sheer necessity.
Right. Some new debuts coming in for Shanghai tonight. From the
Shanghai Springers.
Yeah.
Steve Wilco's walking him out to the stage. All right, I'll stop.
I don't know. I definitely am going to be picking Houston.
Yeah, we're picking Houston in this one. I mean, we had this conversation a couple of days ago. It seems like Shanghai was kind of planning this whole weird scenario that's going on. Not planning it to go bad, but planning to fix it because they saw it snowballing. Because apparently their coach was a train wreck. Mm-hmm. And per Dia and Undead, they're training 13 hours a day.
Really?
Yeah,
oh, wow.
12 and 13 hours a day, and then going home and coming back to the arena to practice. That's what they were doing with the old coach. And if you notice who they're picking up, all right, so they picked up off-tank and Gaguri. They picked up Fearless, who's also an off-tank, and they picked up Addo. Mm-hmm. So, obviously the plan must have been all along to move MG to DPS, Addo and MG on DPS, probably Dia. I don't think they thought Dia was going to quit. That's all up in the air still, too. Yeah. But do you see where I'm going with that? It seems like they were kind of knew something weird was going on.
It definitely feels that way. Especially moving, I think the biggest one that was very clearly just channeled was that they were going to move MG to DPS, because I think they realized that A, he's not a very good off tank, and B, he's just much more valuable as a DPS. They just didn't want to use him as that before because they had two great DPS in Dia and Undead, but now that both of them are gone, Undead looks like he's not going to come back to the league at all.
Which, I wouldn't be surprised.
And then Dia, that's kind of still up in the air. He's still having some family issues. We're not 100% sure on what's going on with that. My guess is if he comes back, it won't be until the last stage or possibly the next season.
Yeah, that's my thought too. Also, I mean, those guys pretty much vocalized how burnt out they are.
Right.
I mean, and I think he doesn't want to come back, and at least this would be me. I don't want to come back into a situation, A, where we're losing all the time. The coach is an idiot, and we're practicing 12 hours a day and fucking doing absolutely dick in matches.
Right, and all of that practice is for naught because they're just getting destroyed.
Because the wrong people are on the wrong... MG should have been a backup DPS, and they should have had Shusha or Shushu or whatever his name is playing the off-tank, because he's way better.
Yes, agreed.
But Roshan's terrible, too.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, it's been ugly.
Trying to figure out that is... So speaking of hard to figure out,
right?
The team they're playing, they're probably going to win tonight. But
Houston will win tonight. I would be absolutely shocked if Shanghai pulls out a win, let alone even takes it to like 5.
Yeah, I'd give them. I'd say they might win a map, maybe.
Right, maybe one map.
Maybe Lijiang. The problem is Houston's tanks are so fucking good that they're just going to mash them.
Right, exactly. And this is because, the biggest advantage in this, because the one constant that we know about Houston is their lack of a dominant tracer player. And Shanghai doesn't have a dominant tracer player either, so
yeah.
Houston, like, in that sense, Houston already won.
Yeah. Well, I think they should play Clockwork more. I've been saying this for 2 or 3 weeks.
They should, but they even said, like, there was an interview with Muma and Linkser where they talked about that, and the type of tracer player that Clockwork is not the type of tracer player that they need right now. He's more of a one-on-one guy. He's not as good at like coordinating with the Winston or the Reinhardt, which would be Muma. So like,
right, they need more of a guy like Logix.
Yes,
that plays like that, drags down tanks, peels, and pulse bombs. It just builds pulse bombs up, and that's where he gets a lot of his kills.
Right, and for whatever reason, Houston just is whether it's their management, their coaching, I don't know, their ownership, somebody is just being really pig-headed about getting getting like a really truly dominant bona fide tracer player. Exactly.
Well, the problem is and its popularity, and and I'm not saying he's a terrible player. Jake's like one of the faces of the team.
Right.
So you're not gonna. It's like when the Giants benched Eli Manning.
Right.
Do you really want to do that?
But at the same time,
but you need to.
He's one of the first people that says we are losing because we don't have a dominant tracer player.
Yeah, these guys know what's going on.
He would, because neither he or Linkser ever play tracer.
No.
So it's just stupid to even have them try, because they're going against guys that have been playing tracer since the game launched, and they're just picking up this character like a couple of weeks ago.
Right, and they have moments where they're decent because they got good mechanical skills.
Right.
But they don't know all the tricks.
They don't know the ins and outs of the character. They don't know the very depth of the character and what you can do in certain situations. And, like, with these guys, they got to know every inch of the map. They've got to know, like, there's so many more things that they have to take into consideration. It's not just, like, us in ladder. It's like, I'm going to start playing Hanzo now because I just feel like it. It doesn't work that way.
It is time to act. Sorry. No, but, another thing with, like, Tracer is a lot of the tricks are the blinking, the recalling, because I've noticed sometimes, like, you can get Jake or Linkser who don't play this very, very much. If you get them down to half, like, really quick, they automatically, they're using the recall. That's what I do. You do that when you play Tracer occasionally. But in the pros, you can't.
Right. You watch Sabiobi, that dude will get down to, like, 4 health.
Yeah.
And then he uses his recall.
But he knows
like he's just so much more precise because he knows exactly where his recall is going back to. He knows exactly where his blinks are going to take him. He knows exactly how many blinks he has at all times. Like, all of that stuff. He is just, like, so precise.
Yeah, honestly, if they want to train, watch him.
Watch him and watch Prophet.
Yeah. Well, watch Prophet on anything.
Yeah.
watch Fleta and Prophet on anything, and you'll learn that you're never going to be at that level, but you'll learn some things.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, we're both picking Houston in this game.
We actually made a conversation out of that match somehow.
We did.
All right, guys, that's going to do it for our Wednesday show. We will be on Twitter and Twitch and all that good stuff. Don't forget to hit a like, subscribe to the channel if you like what we're doing, and don't forget to comment down below. Let us know what you like, what you don't like, what you want to see us talk about, maybe some other things that you guys would like to see. And we got other stuff coming up in the next stage that we're working on. Like, you guys have a good one, and we'll talk to you later.